Hi there everybody, and welcome to another video in which I will test another trading algorithm I found on the internet. This time it's an algorithm called BBRSI TV. At first hand I assumed it would make use of the AFILIATE wave oscillator, volume weighted moving average and modified elder ray index because they were so prominent in the code. But later I found out that it's going to use only the AFILIATE wave oscillator and a Bollinger band overlay on the RSI. Hence the name BBRSI. So I'm very interested to find out how this algo will perform under my backtesting circumstances. And to give you a small appetizer, it does perform well. So watch this video until the end to find out how it will perform and if it has the potential to make us some profits in the future. Just as with many files I currently have in my repository, I found this one a while ago when I was hoarding the internet for strategies I wanted to investigate and test. Back then I was never interested in logging where I got this strategy from because I was never thinking of making videos and blog posts about these. Now after some searching on Google I found these two sources that also mentioned this strategy, and maybe one of these sources is the original one. So if you recognize this algo and it's yours, then please leave a comment in the comment section so we can give you the credits where credits are due. So back to the strategy. The author has configured 3 custom indicators here, called EWO, VWMA and MODRI. And searching on the internet, these stand for AFILIATE wave oscillator, volume weighted moving average and modified elder ray index. Now at first I was pretty excited because this would then give me some insights in the signaling reliability of these indicators. But you will find out later this is not the case. So that's somewhat of a bummer, but don't let me discourage you beforehand, things will get better. The strategy can be optimized on the buy and sell signals as you can see here, and also of course on the ROI and stop loss. The author also has incorporated 2 protections in this strategy, namely the low profit pairs and the max drawdown protections. Where the low profit pairs is a built-in protection method that aims to identify and stop trading on pairs that have consistently low profitability. And the max drawdown is a built-in protection method that monitors the maximum drawdown of a strategy. And this method will stop trading if the strategy's drawdown exceeds 20% over a look-back period of 24 candles. Then comes a section where more of the optimization settings are determined for the buy and sell spaces. And the proposed time frame and some other protections you can find over here. Now the actual indicators are determined in the populate indicator method below, and in the original file there are a lot of lines commented out which will then not be used. And here we finally come to the actual algorithm that decides when to buy and when to sell. Now from the code that is provided I understand that the buy signal is given when the RSI is below the lower Bollinger band that is created of an EMA of the RSI. And that lower Bollinger band is also multiplied by a 4 sigma value. Also the AFILIATE wave oscillator should be higher than a configured high level value and the volume should be above 0. The algorithmic sell signal will be triggered if the following conditions are met, besides the ROI and stop loss triggers of course. The RSI is higher than a configured RSI high level, or if the RSI is higher than the upper RSI Bollinger band that is also multiplied by a sell sigma value. And of course the volume should be above 0. So as far as I can understand from the code, that is also pretty hard to read because of all the commented out lines by the way, the RSI has a Bollinger band as an overlay and the algorithm buys when the RSI is oversold and sells when the RSI is overbought. But please add your comments to the comment section below if I get this totally wrong. Now a little bit further down the code, there are some other strategy classes defined by the author. These classes all inherit the properties and methods from the main class. You can see that in total there are 6 classes, including the original class. and each class has a slightly and sometimes not so slightly difference in comparison with the original buy and sell settings. Like for example a different ROI and stop loss setting, sigma setting and some other specific parameters. Now for this video it's a little bit too much to go over each and every class, determining its performance and optimizing its parameters, and that might be a challenge for you to find out. I will only test the main strategy class here for this video and see if there is further investigation advisable. The initial backtest result of this spot trading strategy looks very promising. The best time frame here is 15 minutes and it has over 3,400% profit in the past. The win rate is 60% and on average you have 4 winning trades and only 2 losing trades after another, with a maximum win streak of 23 trades in the backtest, and the maximum drawdown was only 33%. Also all the ratios are above 3, which indicate that this strategy has a high potential to also perform good in the future. You probably also won't go wrong with your preferred pairs with this algo, since 72% of my configured pairs have positive results here. And also the profit plot looks good in my opinion. The only pair that has a strong negative reaction to this algorithm is MRK. And it also seems that the backtest engine does not trade that often on the 15-minute time frame, hence the almost 3,400 trades over the complete backtesting period. It is probably the RSI oversold and overbought circumstances that are not much occurring here. Furthermore, other noticeable thing is that there are relatively 3 large drawdown tranches that all seem to reach around 30%. So all in all, a pretty well performing trading algorithm right from the start. Let me first optimize the buy and sell settings here to see if I can optimize it a little bit more for a better performance. And of course, beware that we are entering overfitting territory here. It happens so and then that optimizing the parameters have positive influence on one performance indicator of an algorithm. But it also can go at a cost on other factors that get worse performances. And that is happening in this case. The parameter optimization improved the Sortino and Sharpe ratio, just as is asked, but unfortunately the overall performance of the algorithm gets worse. Profits dwindle and there are less pairs that perform well to the strategy, and the drawdown is also a maximum of 45% here. And if I get the profit chart here, this also doesn't look good in my opinion. The drawdown is larger and deeper and overall profits lower. The bot has traded more over the dataset, but somehow has less profits, and these more trades also caused to have more losing trades as well, I think. So I must conclude that optimization in this case is not beneficial for the strategy, and the author has done a very good job on the original code's settings. Now, while I wrote the outline of this video, I also did some backtests over the other configured classes in this code, and I show you this here. I used the best 15-minute time frames for these tests and got the following results. And if you look closely, the BBRSI4 class even showed higher results in this backtest. So you can see with a little bit more tweaking and using the other parameters of the original classes, the strategy can perform even better. Now it could also be that the strategy could also score better with these settings in my strategy league, but I followed the code the author preferred over the original class. But nonetheless it's worth mentioning in this video, so that you can choose for yourself which version you want to use in your situation. So at the end of this video we can conclude that this RSI Bollinger Band strategy seems to have great potential here. The original or main algorithm enters the league on the 2nd spot, which moves the very popular Clock May strategy to the 3rd spot. On some parameters the BBRSI strategy does not score as good as the Clock May, and its higher score is mainly caused by the higher profit percentage that has been measured here. I think that seriously investigating if any of these 5 to 10 best found strategies fit your specific trading situation, they have possibly great potential for successful future trades. And of course you can also try to combine the best of all these strategy to create an even better potential trading algorithm. But of course remember to rigorously test this with back and forward testing before using any of these trading strategies in real market circumstances with actual money. And so we come to the end of this video. You can find the output of these tests and hyperprops as addendum on my Patreon page. There I will leave a compressed file with all stuff like the strategy file, JSON and optimized parameters, and with these files you can analyze my output or compare my results with the tests on your setup. This way I keep things real and verifiable. So thank you for watching this video. Click like, subscribe to my channel and comment if you have one, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!